Happy Halloween.
Oh.
I don't even know where I got that from.
Des, you couldn't even add no extra Halloween noises?
I laughed.
That's not a what, nigga?
That's a
He's
scary
You could at
Halloween
least
noise.
you could at least do the Thriller laugh at the end of that shit.
We should put
Nigga, how's that?
no.
Like, is that
This would
scary?
actually
We should put the Thriller music on this episode just because.
We should put the
All
Thriller
right, license
line.
and registration. How's that? That's scary for niggas.
Oh my god!
You have to take it there, Des.
It's always niggas, always.
Gee, niggas can't have not one fun episode.
Not at all.
That's
Not at all.
funny.
Okay.
That shit was terrible.
NWAP cast, nigga. We don't have fun.
Right.
It's all race all the
Racism
time.
never
nigga.
sleeps.
Being black is
All
never
race,
fun.
all woke, all the time.
Me, nigga. Me. Of course, happy Halloween if you celebrate it. If you don't, happy October 31st, I guess, nigga. I don't know.
If you don't celebrate it, please realize it's just not that serious.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't for you. This episode is for you, but Halloween ain't. And that's fine. Share it with one of your heathen friends that celebrate the witches' holiday.
Even
So let's just jump right into it. Obviously, today people are gonna be outside getting candy, dressing like whatever.
Wait, do they do it if it's a weekday? Or is it?
Yeah, that shit is serious business.
Oh,
No,
I don't know.
no fucking weekend. We ain't got. If you had to wait till it was a weekend to celebrate Halloween like that, then you never do anything because
So the grown-up probably gonna party over the weekend.
Yeah, the week
Okay.
before. Yeah, the weekend before is gonna be Halloween parties and shit. It's gonna be women in sexy cop uniforms and sexy nurse uniforms and sexy
Black
airport
cats.
uniforms, sexy everything, just uniforms everywhere. It's just gonna.
It's everywhere.
Anyway, so I want to jump right into it. What is your favorite memory of Halloween? Let's start with Lex, who didn't celebrate Halloween because her
You just want
parents
to make fun of me.
her parents are like Jehovah's Witnesses or some shit.
They're not. They just weren't into Halloween, and plus they're really scary. Like they didn't want us like walking all around the neighborhood and shit like that because they probably thought we were gonna get kidnapped. So we never really went trick or treating, but they always had. You know how they always try to have that bullshit at the church. If you went to church, a Hallelujah
Wow,
night.
not the bullshit at the
It
church.
was some bullshit. It was some bullshit. We were talking about this on
Definitely.
Twitter a few days ago, and a lot of people identify with that shit. So don't act like it's foreign. But they used to have Hallelujah night where you come dressed up, and of course you can't dress up as no cool shit. You got to be a damn Bible character or like an angel. And people would be like at their cars in the parking lot, and you going from car to car getting candy, and it's like, man, it's some bullshit. Like it was bad. But sometimes we did that. A lot of people identified with that tweet and knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about. You already know what the
That's
fuck
that
is going
Bible
on.
Belt shit.
Yeah, but it was like VBS, but at Halloween. But basically, it was just like they didn't want you emulating like devils and scary stuff, basically. So we didn't really do that much, and I really never did anything cool for Halloween until I was like in college, basically. So that's my best memories once I could drink and shit.
All right, Des, kind of degenerate shit did you do on your Halloween?
Oh man.
Shooting trick or treaters.
I remember. I think my favorite Halloween memory was this was in college. I was young and I was wild. I was making out with this young woman, and this is when I used to live. If you're familiar with Tallahassee, I used to live in this big apartment complex called Royal Village, and I was making out with this girl in my kitchen, and like I had my homeboys in the house and people was in my house, and her boyfriend came to the door looking for her, and I didn't really have anywhere for her to hide, so I made her hide under the sink. I was like, "Here, hide under the sink," and so she hid under the sink, and he was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna say her name. Have you seen so and so?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I haven't seen her." And then I was like, "But if you want to come in, hang out with someone," he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to find her." He was trying to be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play it off," but then I turned, and like as he was about to enter, like I saw that like one of the wings that she was wearing was sticking out from under the sink where when we closed the door, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, man. Well, I haven't seen her." He's like, "Oh, I was gonna come in for you." Hey, you know what, man? You should probably go find her. And I think that was like one of my more like PC favorite memories.
That low key was fucked up though. He was about to party instead of keep looking for him.
Yeah, right. He didn't really care, but that was one of my more PC memories. One of my other favorite memories was when I was really, really young, and one of my homeboys, his little brother, got into a fight with one of my little homies who lived over by me. He's like, "Dez, you know, this is dude trying me." I was like, "All right, let's go talk to him. Let's see what we can do." And then like I got there, he's walking up on the little kid who he had problems with, and that little kid was like, "Oh, I got my big brother for you, fuck nigga." And I was like, "All right, man, I don't appreciate being called a fuck nigga, so go get your brother, my nigga." And his brother was with my homeboys. His brother was like, "All right, who it is?" And he came out with the strap on him, and he like came around the corner with, he like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up, nigga?" And so then it was like me and the nigga who had the gun, and we was just laughing, and then we made our little homies fight. It was like, y'all gotta handle this. So they had to fight at the park, and that was before, you know, Halloween like actually kicked off. That was like right after school, but that shit was really fun because it was just like, yo, I'm down to ride for you, you down to ride for me. We like family, but then you coming up on other family my age, and that shit was beautiful. It was probably more violent than it should have been, but it was beautiful.
How many guns have you had in your life?
I'm from Florida. I actually own several guns. How many guns have I touched in my life?
Okay, never mind. Let's not incriminate.
I'm about to say, I don't even know why
you still need at least, you still need about 7 years. You gotta have 7 years before you can get called up.
In Florida, it's legal to own guns. It's fine.
Sure it is.
But
okay.
But you live in New York now, so.
No, I don't have guns in New York.
I mean, it don't even matter. I just don't know what's on them guns and shit, so I'm just not gonna go any further.
No, I ain't never killed nobody.
Okay. I mean, I know you gotta say what you gotta say on this public podcast.
I ain't never killed nobody.
Okay, Des.
Shooting at someone is different from killing them.
Wow.
I've been shot. It happened to my
arm. Please stop talking like a federal agent.
Stating facts. Yeah, Lex, you follow right now.
I used to be.
You fucking DJ Vlad and shit. So where did you hide the body after you killed him?
So exactly what was the address of that liquor store you robbed?
Right.
I mean, you want to talk and tell it on yourself now.
Tunde.
I'm stating facts.
Mm-hmm.
Tunde, favorite Halloween
for me? Favorite is actually I was an adult, so this is Halloween 2015.
So 2 years ago. Great.
Yeah, 2 years ago. So
were you in Maryland?
No. Me and
you still the feds, huh?
Me and 3 of my friends that I went to high school and college with, we all went to Vegas. And
I told y'all that niggas stay going to Vegas.
Vegas
is fun on Halloween.
Vegas is so fun on Halloween. Like I had so much fun. Like, yeah. We partied on the old strip, and people's costumes, like they take Halloween to another level. Yeah, I had fun and it was a great time. So like I encourage anyone who, you know, really, really party for Halloween, they should go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then it's super hot there too, so the costumes are extra nice and slutty.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about LA. Yeah. Because I used to be in North Carolina and DC area around Halloween, and that shit was whack.
Fuck, and you don't feel like, you know. Yeah. So
I don't have a favorite Halloween memory. I think the favorite Halloween memory I have is probably in line with my favorite costume, which I know we're going to talk about later. I went to a DC party. I went to a DC Halloween party dressed up as 2 Chainz back when I had dreads. And
I feel like I saw a picture of that.
You probably did, because it was a fairly cheap costume. All I had to do was buy a fake chain and buy some like glasses and buy like a fake. Well, the fake chain came with like a fake gold bracelet. And I just put on like an all black outfit with a blue cardigan over it and to fit it. And it's like, bam, I was 2 Chainz. Like, the show was incredible. It was a spitting image of the Mr. Atlanta rapper himself. But like all the other Halloween memories I have was like us doing like the most ridiculous nigga shit ever. Like we would egg people's houses.
Yep.
We would nigga knock, which is when you like beat on somebody's door and then run away like really fast. We would jump people.
Like UPS.
Yeah, we would jump people that we didn't like on Halloween, or random people that we saw on the street.
I just want to point out.
You're worse than this.
No, this is all Florida activity.
No,
that's
this
why
is like that's what you did.
Why y'all jumping people?
It's not like I was a bad kid. I was a Florida youth.
No,
I was
that's
a
a bad kid.
You were definitely
Dade County
bad.
youth.
No, you were a bad kid, but you know, by Florida standards, that's normal shit that we did.
Fine. Compared to the rest of the country,
right.
we were normal Florida kids.
Right. Well, no, compared to the rest of the country, we were pieces of shit. Compared to Florida kids, we were probably on the mild end.
That's what I'm saying.
Of what we were doing. Yeah, so like I think one time like we froze the eggs and we started throwing them at niggas' houses and they started like cracking windows and shit. Like it was very, very ridiculous.
Freeze the egg. It's like a nice handheld rock.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, and that shit flies. Like there's an incredible.
But I thought the fun part about the eggs was them cracking and like getting all over the people.
Well, when you're a troubled youth, frozen eggs sounds a lot better than.
God, y'all had problems.
We used to throw batteries. We take the bus from school and throw batteries at niggas.
God.
Listen, I'm trying to tell
you. Triple A's.
You just didn't. I mean, we didn't know any better. You thought
I see why you got shot, though.
For real.
I never got shot, but
it's shit. Florida. Like that's Florida shit. That's not like that's not unique to me or him. That's everybody.
Where I grew up at, that should get you killed, yo.
Let me tell you something.
Don't throw no battery at me.
It's people right now, and I'm not going to name no names. It's people right now that are doing vegan recipes on the internet, and they're very popular for that. And I know for a fact that individual I'm saying I know for a fact that nigga used to participate in robbing batteries, luring niggas to the house and be like, yeah, we'll let you fuck it, and we rob them and take their money. Like, I know for a fact that person did that.
Stop dry snitching.
I'm not dry snitching.
But you worse than me.
You have no idea.
Too many details, Officer Android.
You have no idea. You have no idea what we're talking about. I'm just giving you a picture of that. Like niggas change, and Florida is the baseline is throwing batteries. Good kids threw batteries. Niggas was throwing batteries at niggas, and it was straight A students.
Yeah, this guy. It's not. You don't really need a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot to get into some fucking trouble in Florida. You really don't. So while we're talking about that, I already said that my favorite costume was the time that I went dressed up as 2 Chainz. But what are some of your favorite costumes? Lex, start with you.
My favorite costume was probably the one I just did last year when I was 31, when I was Rihanna from the Needed Me video. So she had the see-through chiffon robe and the gun in her hand looking out the window. And I went online and I was looking for that robe, and that bitch was like $15,000. So I was like, oh, can't get that one. But I found a cheap, like see-through, darker blue robe, and I threw that on. I have ¿cómo se dice in English? I got the Egyptian tattoo to go under my titties. The decal. I got another one actually, so I might do another Rihanna look this year. I don't know, but. And then I drew some tattoos. I got a tattoo pen and drew them on my hands. And I posed at the window to take the picture to look like that. I feel like nowadays people more so are dressing up, not to even really like go do the most, but just to like try to emulate something. So that's what I did. And it was pretty cool because I had just got my hair cut short too at that time. So that's what made me think to do it.
Gotcha.
I still get DMs about that costume.
I'm sure you get DMs for all kinds of shit.
I'm gonna put it up on the on this episode too.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Y'all, however you got to trick people into watching and listening to this shit. I don't know. Des, favorite costume.
Favorite costume. I actually have. It wasn't a costume per se, but I was out. And my homeboy gave me like this Publix. If you ever been to, I don't know if y'all know what Publix is, but it's a grocery store. Nah, my homeboy got one.
Yeah, that's weird that you said that because I just realized that obviously Publix isn't everywhere and everybody doesn't know what a Publix is. Yeah,
it's a grocery store. It's like it's a really nice.
It's fire as grocery store.
Yeah, it's a really nice grocery store. My homeboy,
this thing got caught stealing crabs from.
Actually, yes, that is actually very true. Yeah. I went to my boy got me a Publix apron like the niggas that work in the deli, and like we got the Publix apron from the one back home, and then we went out to like Tamarack, and we went to a Publix. Dog, we just walked straight in the back, nigga. We got all the chicken tenders, bro.
Why is everything you have to say some like illegal shit.
Criminal shit.
We
No,
talking about
no.
Halloween costumes. You talking about
That
how you
was
pulled a
Halloween.
lick on a
That
Publix.
was Halloween. It was Halloween.
But
'Cause
you
they
just
was-
used it to steal.
Chicken tenders. This isn't a real crime.
Okay.
I mean, that was my
Them niggas
favorite.
was thinking you was really like Tyrone about to clock in for the day too, huh?
Oh yeah, they definitely thought I was somebody who worked there. I just came in, grabbed some, and they used chicken. Like Publix has these like chicken in different colored boxes. Well, when I was still living in Florida, they used to have like the mild and like a purple box, and then they had like the spicy in a red box. You could get the wings, and thighs mixed, and we just grabbed a couple of bitches, just walked out the back. Nigga hopped in the Honda Civic and rolled out. That shit was fantastic.
That actually sounds really fun. Damn, I gotta hang out with you more often.
Nah, don't
Nah,
do
that was-
that.
that was
Then
me.
then
That
you would
was
be an
young.
accessory to a crime.
That was young me. I'm not that anymore. I'm
Okay.
an old man with a dog who has an Instagram.
Tunde?
This is like my third year of grad school. I had 3 friends. Well, I had a bunch of friends that I went to school with. My program, they were from New Orleans. So we decided one year we were all gonna go as the Hot Boys.
Did you go as Turk? You went as Turk, didn't you?
Yeah, I was Turk. Yeah.
You had to be Turk.
You was Turk, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we had like the Cash Money chains. I borrowed a pair because I'm from DC. We didn't wear Jabot jeans, so I borrowed one of the Jabot jeans. We had on wife beaters, had on fake tattoos. We used aluminum foil as grills.
Mm-hmm.
We actually came in second in the costume contest. One of my other frat brothers who looks just like Tupac, he went as Tupac. I'm like, that's cheating.
Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah, he just shaved his head and went as Tupac. But yeah, I think that was like the most I ever put into like actual costume.
It was a Black people event?
Yeah, I went to HBCU.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. So while we're talking about costumes, you know that every Halloween, white people go on white people. Somebody gonna show up in blackface and say that they didn't know that it was offensive. Somebody gonna show up in a pimp costume. Somebody gonna show up in some stereotypical nigga shit. And it's all gonna be fucking ridiculous. So in taking this question, maybe this isn't the right question to ask, but what's your favorite like white peopling costume that you've ever seen?
Can I please go first?
Sure, since you were so eager to tell us. Sure.
Because my favorite one doesn't like, all right, when they dress up like stereotypical black people shit, that's racist. They know that's racist, but they say they didn't know. My favorite one doesn't even happen on Halloween. It happens every Sunday when niggas wear that Native American headdress shit. They be like, but I'm an American. It's like, nigga, you're not the real Americans. You killed them all. Like when they wear that, or when they wear it at like the Redskin stadiums, and they be like, oh, but this is respecting their heritage. Like, come on, dog. Wearing a Native American headdress. And every year you have some white person dress up as a Native American, and then one of their friends dress up as a pilgrim. Every year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, we don't talk about that because we're black, but that shit happens every year. And then it happens all the time. Like white people dress up as Native Americans or do some like offensive face paint or be they doing all that kind of shit.
You're right.
That shit is offensive, and that shit don't even happen on Halloween. That's one that they every year niggas come down, because there's enough niggas on the internet to be like, that was fucked up. We call it out. We write think pieces. The root hits.
Because I never even thought about it before until, I mean, not that recently, but back in the day, like that's the easy shit to do, like a Native American or even like a Mulan or like a geisha or something like that.
Them niggas don't like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been a geisha before. Like you're right. Like all that shit. Now I know that shit's bullshit, but I feel like in America we don't
respect other cultures.
We don't respect the cultures enough that you think of it as a costume. That shit's not people's costume, dog. That's their life.
Like if you would have dressed as a homeless person, somebody would be like, yeah, that costume is fucked up. But if you dressed as like a Indian chief, nobody would say nothing.
Mm.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
That's a good one. So recently I saw that there's lots of people who are capitalizing off of racist Trump shit, and I've seen costumes like real ones like at Party City where it's the wall, so it's like building the wall, and it's like a thing they put on to act like they're the wall to keep Mexican people out. I've seen what was the shit? Somebody already talking about the tiki torches and like put on their khakis and shit, like stuff that they're trying to make light of that's really happening. Huh?
So you gonna get your ass stolen, do that shit.
Right, but it's weird because like real shops are like making these things, like they're the ones capitalizing off of it. I've already seen a little kid that was dressed up as a Donald Trump with a "Make America Great" cap on, which not that that's racist in itself, but it's like, why would you even do that to your kid? Like, people do the most trying to act like they care about the country and shit, and I just really think this is not the time for it. But outside of the regular Aunt Jemima and people trying to do blackface or whatever, like it's a lot of political shit that I don't like. But I think now more than ever, white people get that that's super wrong, and that I think they're doing it less and less, because now I see a lot of white people trying to get cookies on Twitter because they dressed up as a black person without being black, and it's like, see, you could do this without blackface, and it's like, all right, bitch, like congratulations. So I still don't really fuck with it, but they do that now. Like and then black people want to hop on them and be like, see, she was Serena Williams and she didn't put a blackface on. It's like, okay, but all right.
Tunde?
How
long, nigga? Nigga, don't do my job.
I mean, you over there taking a nap.
Shush, nigga.
The most offensive one that I can remember in recent memory. So this is like shortly following when the video came out when Ray Rice knocked out his girlfriend,
that was
future
terrible.
fiance, and then this white couple went in blackface because it's like a double hit, right?
That's so tasteless.
I don't know if you guys can see this. But
yeah, I remember that. That's fucked up.
I seen that picture.
They both had on blackface. He had on a jersey, and she had like a black eye. Like, so now you're making fun of domestic violence, and you're being racist.
Like, that's intentional.
Yeah.
But they think it's funny, right? Like, and how else are people supposed to know you're this black couple if you don't put black shit on your face?
Exactly. You couldn't just have a red, white jersey on. But then you still making fun of domestic violence.
Right.
So like,
it's still fucked up.
The costume itself, just think of something else.
Just be creative. Like, think about characters and movies and stuff. I think now what's shifted, I think social media has made Halloween shift to where I see a lot more costumes now that are like for memes and things that have gone viral like on social media versus, characters from movies or a cartoon and stuff like that. So I think that's really interesting how much power like social media and shit has. Like everybody was that black man like on the phone with the little striped shirt and shit, or there's a few other memes and stuff that everybody was going as. But I think that's interesting now that like people get their material from online and that it's so universal that everybody actually gets it.
That's real. I would answer this question, but I do not have any favorite costumes from white people. I do see a lot of little kids dressed as Donald Trump, and
this is not cute.
Yeah, if I see one of your kids dressed like Donald Trump knocking on my door, I might punt that nigga off GP.
Do y'all give out candy? Are you that washed?
No, not washed. I'm not giving out no candy because I don't want nobody knocking on my fucking door. I'm actually where we live, we actually have a gate and then like a little courtyard area. I'm actually thinking about locking the gate so that nobody would actually make it to my door.
But then they can't go through the whole neighborhood.
Get off my lawn, G.
You said what?
He's like, basically, you're like the get off my lawn guy.
Yeah, our shit used to be the only shit that was dark. It was like porch light off.
Yeah, I might turn the porch light off and everything. Just put a sign on the door that says "Sorry, no candy here," because I don't know.
Ooh, the best shit used to be when people just put the candy on the porch and you just like take the whole shit.
I'm not even doing that. You do that shit in Florida, we'll just take the bowl.
Right.
That's what
I've done that before.
Take the can. When I say take the bowl, I mean literally like the bowl with the candy in it. Just throw that whole shit in the pillowcase and that's a wrap. What's you want to say something?
No, I was gonna say I think everybody should do that. I'm open it because in my apartment complex, the kids who live here, like they all go around if you put something on your door. I make sure every year you give out the slam dunk. You give out the king size whatever and a bag of chips.
Oh, Dad loves the kids.
It's niggas that didn't have nothing, man. I seen a nigga get swung on and take his whole bag of candy. That nigga ain't have nothing. And I was like, man, I went and bought that nigga some candy.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Look at you. Like, that's great, Des. Like
you turned Halloween
into
superhero.
You turned from like a fucking menace to society.
I'm not.
I'm just like
Garfield just said the same type of shit as me. That's just regular.
But Garfield is still a menace. Garfield locks his gate and turns off the lights.
Yeah, but I don't. Garfield don't give a fuck about kids. I care about kids.
And my point exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the kids like that. I'm very fond of saying fuck them kids because I feel like people make all these people. You know what? I almost went on.
They be faking too, like they kids found a knife in their candy and shit. Like y'all not gonna put that on me.
I almost went on a rant about people in the fucking.
That's white people shit, by the way. That never happens in black neighborhoods.
No.
Razor blades and apples and none of that bullshit.
This shit don't even really be happening for real.
No, it does, but it don't happen in black neighborhoods. That shit happens with white people that kill their dogs. That don't happen in black neighborhoods.
I almost went on a rant. I'm glad I pulled that back. I've been trying to rant less lately. I think.
Go ahead, tell us how you feel.
I was talking about like this thing with the kids, where people are always like, "Well, what about the kids? And what is my kid going to do?" And I was watching Black Ant Crew earlier, and so one of the characters' mother was asking like, "Why aren't you guys married yet?" or whatever. She was like, "Well, what am I supposed to tell your kids when they come up to me and ask why my mama and daddy ain't married?" I'm like, "Man, fuck them kids, man. Fuck the kids. Fuck why they asking questions. Just tell them."
Stay out of grown folk business.
Your mom and daddy not married because they not married yet. They was broke up. They was together for like 15 years.
They don't even like each other
for that shit, and they just trying to get their lives together. Like people act like you got to do all this extra shit to explain to kids. Like kids really give a fuck. Kids don't give a fuck about what you talking about.
I'm gonna ask something onto that.
Listen, wait, hold on. Like I saw it's two men that was kissing, and my kid was confused. Like, what am I supposed to tell my kid? Tell your kid it's two men kissing. They don't give a fuck. They don't even know what's happening. That's why they
mind your business. Or mind your business. That's also an option.
But listen, people be acting like you have kids. That's everybody else's responsibility to act in accordance so that their kid don't get fucked up. Nigga, fuck your kid. That's your kid. Raise your kid, nigga. That's your baby. That's your.
Do you only say that to black people?
I say that to everybody, nigga. I wasn't even talking about black people. I was really talking about white people when I said that shit.
When white people say, "What about my kids?" I'd be like, "It was kids at lynchings."
I don't care. Like I don't give a fuck about your
lynching.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your kid. I don't give a fuck what your kid witnesses. I don't give a fuck about what your kid experiences. Like whatever it is that your kid goes through that you don't want to explain to them. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like, nigga, like, just keep your kids out my fucking life. They not my kids.
Jeez, keep them out my life.
That's ridiculous, dog.
That's real.
No, because people always try to make you responsible for like well, my kids are gonna be fucked up because of this, or what am I gonna tell my kids are gonna be so traumatized? You're a fucking parent, dog. Do your fucking job. Sit your kid down. Take the fucking iPad. Stop going to work all the fucking time, whatever the fuck. Sit down and say, "Hey, I need to have a conversation with my son. I had a conversation with my daughter. We need to have a dialogue and try to figure out what the fuck is going on out here, and then we can talk and I can figure out what they understand and what they don't understand and whatever." Like niggas just, oh my god, this shit about to make me so angry. So
I guess you don't believe in role models.
Really quickly, I want to add on to that. So about 2 weeks ago, right, they had made a decision to allow girls into the Boy Scouts because obviously the Boy Scouts are like scholarships and they can do more because when you're little, like there's no
point of that though.
There's no gender that says, "Can we go to Girl Scouts?" It's like you bake fucking cookies, you sell cookies, you do a bunch of like domestic shit, right? And then Boy Scouts get to like pitch tents and fucking start fires, and then but there's no gender with that, right? So I say that I don't see the problem with it, right? And then one of my friends, who he probably listens to this podcast, I don't care, but like to me, he said some dumb shit, like what I'm gonna tell like my son or my daughter if they look over in the Boy Scouts and see a girl, like who the fuck cares?
Nothing's gonna be boys and girls anytime like within the next few years. It's gonna be the Scouts. And like, cause niggas need to learn how to fucking cook and do cookies too,
But
and
but, but
girls
even
need to learn how to start a fire.
even if you want to keep it like, if you have a daughter, right, and she wants to go to the Boy Scouts, let her. If she wants to go to Girl Scouts, let her do that. Like, I don't see what the issue, like the big issue is. It's adults who like place their insecurities onto their children, and I think that's fucked up. Like G said, like, raise your fucking kids and do your job.
Like, sorry, that ain't had nothing to do. It kind of had something to do with
Not a
Halloween.
goddamn thing to do with Halloween.
No, I mean, because technically it's about your kids, which is what we were talking about. But you know, whatever. Do you guys feel that Halloween is different for Black people?
I don't think I'd ever thought about it before, but I mean, in light of the last few years, I feel like with everything, Black people are more cautious, and I've seen where now Black parents are like, yeah, you can't be anything that has a fake gun, of course. You know, you're not gonna have no ski mask on. Essentially, you still got to be out here catering to the fear of white people. Yep. So yeah, so I mean, but that's like kind of regular. But even now, for sure, it's like, and you know, people want to look for an excuse to fuck with Black people too. So it's like, all right, we're not even gonna give them no ammo. So I think you do have to be careful.
Des or Tunde?
So yeah, for what Lex said about, you know, a safety issue, but then just looking at it from, Lex said that growing up, like her parents had her in church on Halloween, right? Like a lot of people have this notion that Black people are super liberal, and they're not. Like, Black people are really like some of the most conservative people ever. So I know a lot of Black people whose parents were like, you're not worshiping the devil. So it was like the white kids who got to like go door to door for the most part, and then you could be like 6 years old and travel like 8 miles from your house collecting all the candy, and there was no worries. So in that sense, I also think that it's different for most, you know, like Black versus white families.
Des?
I would say, I think that like it is different now because like what Lexi said, like you had to cater to white fear. I will say like, yeah, I know in New York they tell you a lot of times, they say, like, I used to work in a school and they would say like, hey man, Halloween night is when a lot of people either get jumped in, jumped out, some gang shit is happening, you know, make sure you stay in your home. So I'm like, whatever, but that shit's been happening. That shit is not new. Like, niggas been doing wild shit on Halloween forever. I think the society has become so much softer. Like, you got all these people ain't never been hit in the face. Like, all right, man, that shit happens on Halloween. It's okay. I think the problem is now.
It's okay.
Now, I don't want you to get killed, but you get punched in the face. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think now, like, I was talking to one of my cousins, and he was telling me about how, when Halloween comes, he lives in this place. Like, he lives down the street from me, this place called Devon Hunt, and like the cops, man, they be rolling around,
Hunt, nigga.
Yeah, he be like, they be rolling around, and the thing is, like, you could have fun, right? But once the police roll up on you, the fun is over. Like, now it's a possible life or death situation. And yeah, I understand they're doing their protect and serve thing, which, you know, I don't really believe all the time. But like, the risk between kids being kids versus adults with guns involved, saying now that they fear for their lives, especially on the night where there's like already
everybody already drunk and in costumes and stuff.
Like, it's a heightened sense of, you know, energy. Like, that shit is scary. And like, Halloween ain't no fun no more because we live in such a highly regulated police state. Also, like, honestly, for me, you can't do the shit. Like, these kids now live in a world where they can't do the things that we did because all their friends got cameras. And while they're not trying to do that to hurt them, they be taping the bullshit that they do. If you taped a lot of the bullshit that I did when I was
you definitely be doing
a young person,
10 to 20 right now.
I'd be in jail. That's what I'm saying. But and it's not that I'm a criminal. It's that's life experience that so many kids have. How many kids have busted a window before? How many kids have set something on fire before? All of us. We've all done these things. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's not something that should be like something where you could prosecute me based off of video evidence that you found on WorldStar.
That is true. Like everything gets taped now. Like you're not doing nothing without getting taped.
Watch after Halloween, November 1st, November 2nd, when all these little young niggas upload them videos, them fights you be seeing, all the stuff they be doing. That shit is terrifying. And it's like, yeah, I did that when I was a kid, but it wasn't on the internet. You know? That's my thing.
It was very passionate. I appreciate that.
You ever see these?
It's okay. You jumped in the face.
They be conducting interviews in the middle of fights. They be like, "Tell her why you swung on that nigga, dog." Be like, "No, don't say nothing. Cover your face."
Yeah.
These young niggas really do need some kind of like
media training. They need media training.
Right. They just need media training these days when you come out the womb.
Even on TV. Right.
They be like,
people be having Instagrams as a baby and shit now. It's like you don't have a choice, but you're just out here for the world, like Truman Show style.
They be like, "This is Tavares Jackson on 53rd Street. Tell him why you hit him, Tavares."
Right.
Well, I don't like his mama, and like it's all kind of bullshit.
And it's really ridiculous. We'll wrap this up with. We'll combine these last two. What's your favorite scary movie to watch on Halloween? And by proxy, what is your phobia?
I hate scary movies.
I also hate them as well.
I think they're whack because they usually have no plot and it's just like a bunch of blood and shit for no reason.
You're just scared. You're just scared to use that logical
it's not even.
bullshit.
I'm not even scared of them because what I'm scared of, like, okay, damn, y'all gonna make fun of me if I pull out talking about movies, but started. Look at Dez, ready to laugh at me. I just started Law Abiding Citizen with the Jamie.
That's a great movie. That's a great movie.
Hold on. I didn't finish it though. I got to 20 minutes in, and when he had that dude strapped to the table about to like start cutting him and shit, I was like, nah, I don't think I can watch this tonight. Like, I didn't want to go to bed with that crazy shit in my heart. So I'm gonna finish it today while it's still light outside. But scary movies though, like they just like Michaels and the Jasons, it's just a bunch of like stabbing and shit for no reason. It's just whack. I need a plot, right? So I like Saw movies, like stuff like those were good to me because they had like it was intricate and you had to think about stuff. So I like Saw and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think is the only kind of like gory one that was good to me, like how they put the shit together. Like it wasn't low budget. But my phobia, I'm scared of clowns and I'm scared of mascots. Like at school, like if I see the mascot, I got to turn around. One time when I had like an office job, the boss dressed up as a clown and came around and I started screaming and ran out and she was like mad offended and shit. So I had to like come back and explain. But like that's the main thing that I don't like is just like clowns and anything that's in like a weird costume. And I didn't know Candyman was black. Somebody just pointed that out to me the other day.
Wow.
I didn't know he was black either.
I didn't know that.
Oh, was he? Okay.
I don't watch Candyman like that. Ain't no shit that I do.
Yeah, somebody said something about Candyman being black, and I was like, first of all, the Man in the Mirror, like they had black characters then.
He's the only black one. This Candyman.
Yeah, I didn't know. Them shits are low budget, dog. I don't fuck with that stuff.
Tunde, worst scary movie to watch. Your favorite scary movie to watch and your phobia.
I, on the other hand, love scary movies.
Right. Thank you, Tunde.
I'm looking forward to all the scary movies coming out this year. The Saw series.
Jigsaw?
I still need to go see Happy Death Day. I still need to see Mother. But like,
what are any of those?
My favorite like genre of scary movies are like the ones that doesn't really have like a villain like Jason or Freddy. I like movies that have like
The Haunting,
people are being possessed. Yeah, The Haunting, The Conjuring,
The Ring,
Babadook,
Paranormal Activity,
Babadook,
The Ring.
Paranormal Activity is whack as hell too. Them shits are stupid.
Actually, they're not. The Ring is cool. Yes, movies like that. So my phobia, one, I can't swim, right? So it's connected to that. So it's like a fear.
Surprise.
Of like a fear, whatever.
I'll teach you how to swim, bro. If you ever need to learn,
everyone says that until they try to teach me.
I'm dead ass.
Yeah, but he's so lanky and long. Like he probably be like.
I have like no body fat, and like I sink like a rock. But anyways, like my phobia is like drowning or suffocating. Like to open your mouth and like let's say like so like my mom's cousin, when they were young, he died. He fell into like a thing of quicksand. So like imagine opening your mouth and all that comes to your mouth is sand. Like
quicksand is scary as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. When we had to learn about this,
that's also different from water, my nigga. Like quicksand, the more you move,
quicksand is some scary shit. Even though I don't know where you actually find that.
When you drown, you open your mouth and what goes in, not air.
If you move in water, you can move.
Yeah, you're making me.
In quicksand, you can actually sink.
Not if you can't swim, Des. You can't just move away. You're underwater. There's water's everywhere.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's my phobia.
Damn, that is scary.
Des?
I think my favorite movies to watch, I would say like The Thing by John Carpenter. I really like. That was like it's not like scary. It's just like it's a science fiction movie. That was pretty scary, part 1, and then there was a 2010 one that I think that really did it justice. Yeah, by John Carpenter. It's really good.
What is The Thing though?
It's an alien that can take on the
alien.
The physical appearance of any life form it comes in contact with.
Oh,
like it's a cool movie. Like I made my wife she was my girlfriend then. I made her watch it and she had nightmares, but it was real cool. Like it was funny because I was like, oh well, at least you watched it. She sat through it. I think one of my phobias, I think I've gotten past it. I used to always have these 2 dreams, and I think it's about like phobias are based around your life experience. So I always had this phobia that like I would get shot, but it was shot before I could react. Like I don't mind getting shot, but getting shot before I can react. Like if you know what I'm saying, like
that's such a weird thing to say. I don't mind getting shot.
Mean?
It's like I'm cool getting shot.
No, you shoot me, and then I don't have a gun in hand. I don't have I don't have nothing. You just out of the blue get shot. Like that's a scary. Like I be walking in the grocery store, you walking past somebody, a nigga pull out a gun and just shoot you.
Like Abraham Lincoln.
I have
shot him back in the head.
To that though, Des. I have this weird thing, but I think I'm just paranoid because I'm not even important. But I'm paranoid about when I'm standing by windows. I swear to God, I always like think like somebody's like a sniper is out there. So I always I scare myself and then I have to move away from windows.
That's perfectly normal. Think about it. All the niggas we done been in fights with, you done hit niggas and you ain't think nothing about it. And then let's say you hit them, something happened to them, and then they cousin come find you at a grocery store.
I just think I watch too many movies. Because like also too, like all these shootings everywhere, like being in the movies or something, as soon as somebody like starts moving around, I'll get so scared and like thinking they're about to like shoot the place up or something. But that's like real life shit.
I think my only other 2 phobias, one of them I got over. I had this recurring nightmare before I graduated college, right? I was one of the first people to graduate colleges in my family. I had a fear that I had this recurring dream for like 2 weeks that I tripped and fell during graduate, like when you walk up to get your diploma. And
oh man,
like, that had me shook for a week. And then the other thing is your food coming back to life. I watched this video when you pour.
Stop smoking so much.
That's not smoking. That's that nose candy.
No,
that's that bad stuff.
Where they pour the stuff on like the octopus, and because of the nerves in the food, like it starts to react. That shit is creepy.
First of all, I wouldn't no fucking octopus. That's rule number 1.
Sushi. You eat raw fish all the time. Sushi.
I don't even have
sushi now.
Yeah, that should ain't always raw fish. That should be like
I'm saying
cucumber and shit and rice.
Ain't nobody eating California rolls. What the fuck is he talking about? That's like, oh my God. But yeah, that.
You're not gonna shame G because he eats black people sushi.
Bad sushi.
Black people always get the California shit. They always get they be like, is this the cook one?
Yeah, I be getting it. I get the joint. I get the joint with the shrimp in it and all that.
Yep, the tempura shrimp. I told you.
That's not real.
Or sometimes it'd be like, or sometimes it's like salmon or something like that. But it's never just like, they never just like I'm gonna eat raw fish with a fucking rice roll wrapped around it. That ain't what we doing out here.
Stop shaming him.
I'm not.
That's fine. I don't care about being shamed. I'm not eating that shit. You don't want to eat octopus and shit coming back to life. Now you having nightmares, nigga. That ain't my problem.
Right.
That's your problem.
You don't even eat sushi, nigga. You might as well eat some chips, nigga.
Same shit. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't give a damn. You're cool with me, nigga. I don't give a damn.
Nigga, let me get that Popeye's chicken wrapped in rice.
That sounds good as hell, actually, low key.
That does actually sound
good. That sounds like something they need to think about. That sounds like something they need to think about adding to the menu.
While you trying while you trying to be funny, you done came up with some heat.
For real. Some fried chicken wrapped up.
Bitch.
Oh my god, you niggas are ridiculous.
Send that to the marketing team.
Yeah, I think my favorite scary movie. I don't really watch scary movies like that, but I think like the original Saw, like the very first one. Like I went to the movie theater to watch that shit or whatever, and I was like, that's made like a lasting impression on my life because I remember everything about that fucking movie, and I haven't seen that movie in like 15 years. Phobia. I am very Des said something earlier about like your phobias being a part of your life experience, and I actually my phobia is actually tied to that. I am deathly afraid of closed spaces. When I was a little kid, we used to live in this neighborhood called Royal Oaks, and in the neighborhood, it's like all the apartments face each other, and then behind the apartments, it's like a big ass field. And somebody was throwing out like a cabinet or something. So like, you know how cabinets are, like they have like doors or whatever that you put stuff in on the shelves or whatever, but the cabinet was laying like on its back so the doors can open upward. So we like get in the cabinet and close the door like we were hiding or whatever like that. And one time I got in there and I laid down. It's like 2 doors or whatever. And I'm laying in the I'm like maybe like 8 or 9 years old. And it's like I'm laying in the cabinet and the door is like maybe like 6 inches away from my face. So I got in there and I laid down and I tried to push it, and the dude was sitting on the cabinet and I couldn't get out. I started crying. I was like, oh my God, let me out. I started crying and shit. And then the cabinet door opened up.
Claustrophobia. That's a legit.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I'm claustrophobic. Yeah. You know, I said I was afraid of closed spaces, but I was really saying that I was claustrophobic. And like I wanted to kill him. Basically, because like that was like the scariest I've ever been in my life. And like it's not real bad if I'm in like an elevator. It's not that bad. Like I can do elevators. But
if you got stuck in an elevator after a while, I'll probably be like, okay.
Everybody's scared if they get stuck in an elevator.
No,
I've
seriously.
been stuck in one before.
But no, like I'd probably melt into the floor. Like I'd if I was stuck in an elevator for like 15 minutes, like by the time they come and get me, like I'd probably be like a pissy, shitty mess in the corner of the elevator. Like just crying, like just completely lose all of my faculties because I don't like not having freedom of movement. I like to be able to like move and go other places and shit. And like I can't really. Or if I knew that if the elevator was on the ground and something was on top of the elevator, or you know how you get stuck in an elevator,
or you're in the middle.
Like, right,
that's what happened to me.
You can't open the door and go out the elevator, and you can't go up and sit like that or whatever. If I got stuck in an elevator like that, I'd probably like die. I'd probably have a heart attack. Dead ass serious. Can't do that. Can't do that shit.
Can I say something?
No, nigga, I'm not done.
I want to say something.
No, I'm just playing. You go ahead and say something.
It wasn't a claustrophobia situation, but do you remember, well, I guess I don't know if you went over there. I remember one time I was in a dorm hall on campus, and they had the stairs. You know how like you go to the dorm and on each end there's the stairs? And you open the doors and the lights on the stairs and the exit lights, but you have that middle section of the stairs where you can see up and down. Y'all, one time we was in the dorm, and the lights went out for some reason. All the lights went out in that hallway, and all I heard at the top was somebody go, woo, woo, and somebody behind us start, like not behind us, but below us, start laughing. Bitch, that was the scariest shit. That's the closest I've ever been to claustrophobic. Bruh, jetted out that motherfucker.
I think actually I do. So I still, when the lights are off, when I get out of bed, I still hop like an extra 3 feet, so nothing like swipes. You know how I should be swiping from out of the bed.
No, that's real.
You can't never just put your feet right down on the floor because some shit might swipe you. So I always kind of do a little
get your ass snatched up under the bed.
Yeah, bro. Because there was some movie when we were kids that had like that blue guy or something who like would melt into the floor and like go visit that little kid. What's the name of it? I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
Oh wait, it's a kid under the bed. There was another one with horns.
Yeah, something weird. I can't think of the name of it.
I remember.
I'll be like, nah, I can't be getting swiped out from under the bed like that shit. So nah.
Nah, that's real. Well, that's it for the Halloween episode.
Real spooky.
Real. Wait, that wasn't even. I was trying to do a ghost laugh, but that wasn't even.
That's like your orgasm noise.
That is no.
That is called Little Monsters.
That's definitely not.
Little Monsters. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah,
that's definitely not.
That shit was scary to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Happy Halloween. Eat all the candy
I
you
thought
want.
niggas' phobia was supposed to be like their hairline receding and shit.
No.
Niggas ain't afraid of that. Black men look better bald. We ain't skinheads.
I mean, Des ain't had a hairline in like 5 years.
Also true.
My hairline
Yeah, but
hasn't
yours does
moved,
look
and
good, though.
neither has Tunde's. So, I mean, this is not the balding episode.
Okay.
Hey, you need to worry about your edges, nigga.
You're right. You're right.
Ooh.
Can you relax? That's why my edges are hidden right now. That's why I keep my forehead above the video. You bitch, you calling me out? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Oh, y'all funny.
Well,
I
y'all make
hate
sure
y'all. I
to have
should
a
have never
good-
tried to bring that up.
you sure? I mean,
That's
brought
what
this
I
shit on
get.
yourself. Happy Halloween. Make sure you take your apples and your edges.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.